Jeff Leitinen. I'm Technology Advisor with OLS North, and this is the Google Plus webinar. So as you can see on the screen here, I've got Google open. So what Google Plus is basically a pretty elaborate social networking and application library. Basically, there's just a whole lot of stuff you can do in there. So to log into Google Plus, you can use your Google account that you may already have. And to do that, you just click on the plus U in the top right corner of the Google page. So I've already got my info typed in another tab here, so I'm going to close out of this first one. So can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, so I just sign in. And it's going to take me right into my Google Plus homepage here. I'm just going to close the Hangouts on the side. So it posts some suggested postings here on my homepage that you can see. What Google does is it takes trending topics basically and categorizes them as hot topics, and they'll throw them as suggestions on your homepage. You can go in and subscribe to different pages, and then the updates will show on. I don't know if everyone's familiar with Facebook, but it's similar to how that works.
Right.
So on your Google Plus homepage, if you go in the top left, there's a menu that pops open. And you can edit your profile information here. I'm just going to go through the menu.
Okay.
So this is my profile page. Similar to in Facebook, you would have a profile page and a page that you could create for your organization or for yourself. So again, it just shows some basic information about myself and certain things I may have subscribed to. The next thing down is people. And I don't know any of these people that it's showing here. These are all just suggestions that it's giving me. And what you can do is add people to what's called your circles in Google. And you can create custom circles. And just along the top here, you can see, you can find people. You can show people that have you in their circles, which I think I only have 2 people. I have myself, and then I have Brian Alberton from work here. I can see my circles. So I've got Brian, myself, OLS North, and Dan from here in my circles. And you can discover, and basically going to discover lets you search around and find other people and pages that you can add to your circles. You can create custom circles too, like I created a group called OLS North, and just I can throw all my other coworkers in there. But you could, by default, there's one for family and one for friends, but you can create other custom circles. Okay, just to go to the next section here, there's Google Photos. And this is where you can basically create a photo library that you can share with whoever you want to show those pictures to. I don't have anything there right now, so.
Okay.
What's hot, again, that's kind of what Google terms as the more popular posts, and they'll just have it there. So you can go there if you're looking for something interesting and then just add that to your circles. Google Communities is something that I think would be a lot of interest to a lot of libraries, because it's basically discussion groups. You can go on and find, there's one called Libraries and Librarians, and it's worldwide, so you'll get libraries from all over the place, but I noticed that Toronto does participate in that quite a bit. So there's nothing stopping any libraries from throwing information up there or just going up there to find information to see what's kind of happening in libraries nowadays.
So what do you do? Just search on the search thing on the top and you'll find that community?
Yeah, on the right-hand side, you can search communities. There's a search bar up top.
Oh, okay.
But there's a special just search communities on the side. So if I search libraries and librarians, I think it was called. Yeah, so I mean,
Oh,
you
there
can
it
do
is.
more general searches and just poke around and see what you can find. But if I go to this libraries and librarians one,
So then you would add those all to your Google account.
yeah, there's a red button here
Or
called
Google
Join
Plus
Community.
account. And if we added this into our Google Plus account, do we need to check it each day, or is things going to keep coming into the library Hotmail account?
You won't get any emails. It'll just, you can go back there and check it whenever you want.
Okay, so we aren't going to get bombarded with emails.
No, I don't know if you can set it up that way, but by default it won't.
Oh,
Okay.
and I know for myself, whenever somebody gets added to my circle, I get an email that says so-and-so has been added to your circle.
Yeah.
So maybe I've set that parameter. Probably you can...
Yeah, you can really dial it in, alerts and notifications and things like that.
Now, how long has Google Plus been around?
It's gone through many different namings and stylings. It's been around since the early 2000s in different formats, but it's only recently in the last few years that it's been called Google Plus.
Yeah, and it's really they really pushed it in the last year and a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've seen it but never gone on to it just because I didn't, you know.
Yeah, it's incorporated pretty much everything that is Google under one umbrella now.
Right.
Because you used to have what was called Google Docs, which I had done a webinar on about 2 years ago, which is now called Google Drive. And you can access that with your Google Plus account as well.
Okay.
Like in the top right corner here, again, there's this little 3x3 square showing apps. And if you just click on that, so here you can access your Google Plus page, a Google search. You can access YouTube. There's a news page, Google Play, which is where you download apps for your phone and stuff. Google Maps. You can access Gmail from there. Google Drive, which again is the kind of office applications. And a Google Calendar. And if I click on more, then there's just a ton of apps out there.
Yeah.
Like with your Google account, you have access to Blogger as well, so you could create a blog if you want. And this OrCut, that's I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of Google's original Facebook type thing. It's not really used. It's used more in Brazil. It's really big.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading about that a bit. I don't know if anybody up here really uses it. I think they're kind of phasing it out. But it's just really popular in Brazil and South America right now, so it's pretty much where that's being used. You'll notice too, as you click on things, like if I click on Drive and Gmail, they all open in new tabs, so it's just something to be aware of, that every time you launch something, it's going to launch a new tab. So the next thing on the list is events, which you can create once you have your library page set up and stuff. You can create events and invite your patrons to it, and they'll get reminders then in their Google account that the event is coming up, and it'll indicate who attended, and people can comment on it and add photos. So the next, and probably one of the biggest features of Google Plus is the Hangouts. So I'm just going to launch that. It's not going to look like much right now. Well, by clicking on Hangouts here, it lets me search for existing Hangouts. And what a Hangout is basically a video chat. You can have up to 10 people all chatting together, and you'll see little pictures of each person from their webcam at the bottom of the screen. And you can share. You can all sit there and watch a YouTube video together and comment on it. You can share the docs from Google Drive and work on your document through there, so you can video with each other while you're working on it. And there's just a lot you can do with Hangouts. It's great for, it's similar to like Skype, where you can do video conferencing. So that's one thing that we're looking at using instead of Skype.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they think it's clear, or?
We've run into some issues, but same with Skype. But a lot of it depends on the hardware that each person is using and their internet connection.
Yeah.
So it's hard to control it all. But with Skype, you're limited. I'm not sure how many people you can have in a conversation unless you buy a bigger license.
Oh, okay.
But Google Plus, you can have 10 people in there, so it's a fair amount. The next thing is just Google Plus pages. So a page similar to like a Facebook page, it can be an alternate to your profile. And you can create pages for pretty much anything, and then people can go there and get information on that event or your library or whatever. But as you can assign multiple people to manage that page.
So in a library, if we had a teen youth group, we could have a page for them.
Exactly.
And they could all manage it. We can give certain ones permission to manage it.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have access to your main library page, but they could to that one sub-page, basically.
Right.
Just to go through quickly, well, there's only one more thing in the list here is local. And based on your information that you put about where you are, it will come up with pages or places that are near to where you are.